Hi, so in this video, I'm gonna go over my lash removal routine. I always take them off Friday night and then I redo it Saturday morning so they're fresh for the weekend and ready to go for the whole week. And I thought this would be a good video to do because you saw me do my lashes in the last video. And this is the same pair, the originals from the last video, which I think was done on last Friday, which was August 27th. And today is September 2nd, 8:18 or 8:19 p.m. So it's super late. I worked out. I went to the beach on the weekends. I work out a few days a week, so I mean, they go through everything. And I think I took the kids to soccer, made dinner. It's very hot here right now. So just everything pretty much. And they still look okay. This is day 7. This side is the one that I did off camera, and this is the one I did on camera. And the one I always do on camera is the weirder one, or the one that's a little off, just because I'm trying to do it fast and in the mirror and in the viewfinder. So it's just guaranteed this one's gonna be messed up. But this is day 7 and they still look pretty good. They're not gonna like fall off or anything. I could probably go one day if I wanted to, but that would mess up my routine. And so the things that I use to clean them are, I used to use this and just put, this is a Lashify Melt Away. And I usually just put like a lot on a cotton pad or 2 cotton pads, and I would put it on, actually, sorry, I'll back it up. I will remove the lashes, like I'll peel them off because they're kind of not falling off, but it's easy to take off if I want to. So I'll do that. I'll put it in my little dish that I have here all the time. And then I will get the Melt Away, the Lashify Melt Away, put it on 2 cotton pads, and then hold it on my eyes for like 20 seconds, and then kind of start to rub it off, and then I'll kind of go up so it goes under the lashes, hold it there, and kind of just try to wipe it away. And that gets most of it off. And that's totally good enough. Like, I think other people use like Mary Kay, any kind of like emulsifying oil cleanser I think would work. Like this one I kind of shook up, that's why it's not separated. But so that works. But last time I used like the Lilac remover. I don't know what it's called, but it's the remover, Ciao For Now, something like that. And I actually really liked it. So I'm gonna do this on one eye just to demonstrate. And I believe in the instructions it says, well, first the one, I'll show you the one. It's a little different. One side has kind of like bristles, like mascara wand bristles, and the other side is kind of flat. It has little ridges, but it's mostly flat. Can you see that? It's hard to see the little bristles, but so you just dip it in, and this might be a little tricky because it is oily. So you take the flatter side and you're just gonna run it on the base of the lashes on the top. And you want to get the remover on there, but not in your eye if possible. And then I'm going to take the base or the flat side and put it on the upper side of the base. And then you're just supposed to like let it rest maybe 20 seconds or so. I guess I'll do the other side. I'm waiting. That's just so you get a decent amount on there. And I don't think the oil does anything to the lashes itself. I think once, well, I'll show you what I do later, but once you kind of clean off the lashes, they're ready to be cleaned and be washed, I guess, for use. So I let it sit on there. I'm gonna try to peel it off gently. Like this part was kind of gonna fall off eventually. So I kind of just peel it. So it's still kind of stuck on there. Depending on the week, you know, sometimes they fall off easier than others. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more. Last time that I did it this way, I thought it was faster. But maybe it really stuck on this week. Yeah, I'm sorry about my makeup. I didn't touch up my makeup for like hours, and I did like workout class and everything, so it's like hot mess makeup. But the eyeshadow or the bronzer is still there, and it's still protecting my eyelid from the oils and stuff touching the lashes. So I'm just kind of waiting for this to activate, I guess, or work its magic on the glue. I'm gonna try to peel it off again, very gently. So this time it came off way easier, and if you can see, there's 2 lashes. I'm just gonna pull them apart. I'm gonna put it in my little dish. Just gonna do that with the rest of them. I think removal is like, one, it's the hardest video to make because it's at night, and I don't know, can you see? But this is when you can, if you're gonna damage your lashes, this is probably when you're gonna do it. So you do have to be careful. So I'm just separating out the lashes that I got off. And this one is really falling apart, or falling off nicely without any pulling or tugging on the lashes. So they all came off in a little bundle. Okay, once you do that, then I think you get this, and then you use the bristly side, and you're gonna comb through your lashes to try to get the remover on all the glue. And my lashes are so short, it's kind of hard to comb through it. Then I went from the top, and then now I'm gonna go from the bottom. And if you can see, like, it kind of pulled off some of the glue. I think this is way gentler than getting the pad and keep wiping and wiping. And then, like, if I notice there's stuff on the tip, I'm gonna get my cotton pad and wipe it off. So you don't want to put this back in the jar, right? And you know, every time you clean or take them off, some lashes do come off, and that's natural because you would lose those lashes anyway during the week. But you just notice it more also when they all come off at one time, you know, because they're kind of stuck in one spot even if they did fall off. So I'm just going to work on this chunk of glue and some of these. Before I put it back in, I'm going to wipe it again. And then I got most of it off, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down. And then it does get in your eyes sometimes, and it makes it a little fuzzy or hazy, but it doesn't sting. It's just, you know, annoying. Okay, so yeah, I pretty much got all the glue off. It's hard to tell because my lashes are so short. But yeah, so then I'll just go ahead and take a shower, wash my face like normal, and that's it. And then, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow and I guess show you how I clean these, and we'll see if they last, because these are the originals and I haven't tried washing them yet. So I want to know if they are going to last as long as the prisms that kept going for like 4 months. And then overnight, I'm going to let them sit in 91% alcohol. So I like having the lashes in a little jar because then you can just fill it up with alcohol and it doesn't waste like tons, you know. And it does evaporate, so tomorrow morning it'll probably be like half evaporated, but it's just gonna sit in here overnight. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so this is the next day, Saturday morning, or I guess I'm getting a late start because I had a lot of things to do this morning. But yes, so now we're gonna clean the lashes that have been sitting overnight in alcohol. I kind of topped it off so that it kind of evaporated, so I topped it off. And then I have my boxes and I'm gonna put it in after. So let's see if these clean as well as the other ones. So there doesn't seem to be as much, I guess, glue. I don't know. But yeah, this one's pretty clean. Let's see. So this is how I clean it. I just have the Sigma flat definer E15 brush, but any synthetic kind of stiff bristled brush would do. You could even use, I was using something like this. You could do that, like this would work too. I just like this one better because it has like a wide base, so you know, you can get the whole lash really easily. Yeah, this one cleaned off really well too. So it's looking pretty good for the originals. I think they'll probably last maybe the same amount of time as the prisms. I was a little worried just because they seem a little more delicate, but yeah, you can tell I'm not gentle. I'm just really brushing it out. They were in the alcohol. They also had the oil from the removing process on them too. So that didn't affect it. I think if you, especially if you put the oil, or after you remove it with the oil and you put it in the alcohol right away, I think, yeah, it doesn't have time to even like break it down or whatever an oil would do to a lash like this. But yeah, if you leave it sitting in the oil, I don't know what would happen. And sometimes I get concealer stuck on the base. These don't really have it. It looks like it came off. Maybe the oil actually helped take off that, which is good because that's kind of the hardest part for me to clean off for some reason. Like I usually have to, if you do have concealer or something, I just grab it and then wipe it. So I grab it more by the edges and I'll like gently wipe it, especially like on a part of the paper towel that's already saturated with alcohol, and it kind of cleans off the base if you get makeup or concealer like I do. So I'll go ahead and fast forward through this and I'll show you what I do after. Okay, so I'm all done cleaning the lashes and they dry really quickly. And so now all I'm gonna do is put them back in the boxes. I like to start with the 16s first because they're more obvious. The 12s and the 14s are sometimes hard to tell apart. I'm actually gonna just put these right back on today, but I'll just show you what I do. So you just grab it and then you stick it back on the band, that little sticky band. And each one has 5, so you put 5 on there. Yeah, so they don't come off and they look perfectly new, right? Hard to tell the difference. I really like these originals. They were so comfortable to wear and so light. The only difference I did notice was that they're smaller sections, so I did have to put more than when I used the prisms, which is not really a big deal. But so I'll do 14. So I also had 6 of those that I used. So the 12s and the 14s are hard to tell apart. Okay, so they're all good to go. I keep all my lashes in like a little box like this. Try to organize it. And so next time I think I'll try to do a look with Midnight, like a first impression. These are a lot bolder, and I think I would do like this 10, 12, and 14. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.